Black Goose TV family, what is good with it? I got some breaking news, not the best news, of course. If y'all haven't heard it yet, y'all gonna be hearing it right here first. As you guys can see with this article, Vergil Ortiz upcoming fight this Saturday actually is officially canceled, unfortunately. At least the main event. I believe they're still going to be going ahead with the card. From my understanding, I have not read this article in its entirety yet. I'm going to go ahead and go through this bad boy with you guys. So you guys basically, everything I'm going to be reading and learning when it comes to this information is brand new to me. So you guys are going to be seeing my, initial reaction to this joint. So we're kind of doing this here together when it comes to figuring out what exactly happened. In the headline, it says he was hospitalized. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because your boy is going to butcher it. So I'm going to let y'all read that joint. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can read it. Y'all can figure it out what, you know what I'm saying, that Rhabdomyolysis. If I were to take a guess, like what, rhabdomyolysis? That's probably wrong. But yeah, unfortunately, Vergil Ortiz has been hospitalized and he's forced to withdraw from the March 19th zone headliner. Now, already, Blair the Flair is calling to be the replacement for that main event. And I know a lot of you guys had some words for me for that Blair the Flair reaction video I did like what was it, sometime last week. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was saying I was going a little extra on it. Hey, look, I was feeling good that night. So I admit I was a little extra, but hey, it's all fun and games. Anyways, let's get into it, man. Let's see what's the reason behind Vergil Ortiz having to be hospitalized. And this is never a good thing to hear. I pray nothing but a quick recovery for Vergil Ortiz. I hope it's not that serious. I hope it's something where he can go in, he can get treated quickly, and then he's going to be back to training fairly soon, and we can get him a new date. We all know that Vergil Ortiz, man, he's an upcoming superstar in the 147 division. A lot of marketing, a lot of promotional power behind him in the Golden Boy promotion side of the game. They feel like he's going to be the next budding superstar when it comes to that division. Vergil Ortiz himself said that after this particular fight, he wanted to take a step up and fight, a bigger name. So people start taking notice. Oscar De La Hoya himself said, we plan to have him fight, for a belt after this particular fight. So they had a lot of plans or a lot of things set in place if Vergil Ortiz were to went ahead and get the W. But unfortunately, minor setback for the young gun. Let's find out how serious it is. Is it something we should be worried about, or if it's something, I'm hoping and I'm praying that it's relatively minor. Excuse me. And the problem was it was just unexpected, and he'll be able to recover and get over it soon. But let's go ahead and just check out the article, Boxing Scene. Now, see, I like to read a little bit more of BoxingScene.com than I do Boxing News 24. Boxing News 24, when it comes to their articles, they're a lot more biased in what they write. They report the facts. I'll give Boxing News 24 that. They report the facts, and I would say that they're probably usually the fastest to break news when it comes to a lot of these mainstream or, bigger known boxing sites. But with them being one of the first to break news, a lot of times it comes with opinionated opinionated writing and sometimes news that necessarily doesn't need to be broken yet. They're just trying to be first to the story. Boxing Scene, on the other hand, they are legit as it comes when it comes to how they write their stories. When it comes to breaking news, they're usually always, I won't say always, but I'll say 85% of the time they're on point. But that usually means that they're probably a little bit behind when it comes to breaking new news. But let's get into this. Vergil Ortiz Jr. will have to wait another day to launch his 2022 in-ring campaign, which is unfortunate. BoxingScene.com has learned that Ortiz is hospitalized and has been forced to withdraw from his upcoming bout with England's Michael Mckinson. Golden Boy Promotions confirmed Tuesday evening that Ortiz was diagnosed with, bear with me here if I butcher this, I'm sorry, rhabdomyolysis, defined by the CDC as a serious medical condition that can be fatal. Oh, wow. A serious medical condition that can be fatal or result in permanent disability. Jesus. Oh, man, I'm praying for the brother. Jesus, I kind of want to find out what this is then. I'm going to look that up real quick. The fallout comes just days ahead of the still scheduled March 19th DAZN event. So they're obviously still going to be going through with it, which makes sense. Let's see if they end up, giving Blair the Fair the opportunity to go ahead and fight Mckinson and just, scrap the co-main event. We wish Vergil a very quick and speedy recovery. This is coming from Oscar De La Hoya. As fighters, our first instinct is to fight whatever we have and tough it out. It takes a lot of courage to admit that something is wrong and get the care that you need. We are confident that we will be seeing Vergil in the ring again very soon. ESPN Boxing Insider Mike Compinger was the first to reveal Ortiz withdrawal, doing so via social media. So an update on the show's status was not provided. So it'll be interesting if they, end up securing a replacement for him, or if they do. Look, here it goes. Undercard includes a 10-round welterweight battle between Blair and Flair. So let's see, maybe if they, promote Blair to Flair to have that fight against Mckinson, who's 21-0 with only 2 KOs. So that would be interesting. But he does still have a tough opponent in Alexis Roca. So it would be kind of disrespectful to pull him from that, because I think Alexis Roca versus Cobbs is a pretty damn good fight. But I'll be interested to see what they end up doing. So yeah, that's the majority of the report there. That's pretty much all the news that we have when it comes to this particular situation. What I'm gonna do real quick, because I wanna have an idea of what this particular sickness is, because I haven't heard of it before. Excuse me for being ignorant to this, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this up in another tab. I just want to see what it is. I'm gonna read you guys the definition, see what this bad boy is, okay? Because I'm like, if it's something that's that serious where it could possibly lead to a permanent disability, how soon can we expect them to come back? So here, I put it in Google. Rhabdomyolysis, excuse me if I'm butchering it, often called rhabdo, is a serious medical condition that can be fatal and result in permanent disability. That's kind of like copy and paste right to that article. Rhabdo occurs, is what we want to know, when damaged muscle tissue releases its proteins and electrolytes into the blood. These substances can damage the heart and kidneys and cause permanent disability or even death. Oh, wow. Interesting. So let me look at this. What causes rhabdo? Okay. Rhabdo is a potentially life-threatening syndrome resulting from the breakdown of skeletal muscle fibers with leakage of muscle contents in the circulation. The most common causes are crush injury, overexertion, alcohol abuse, and certain medicines and toxic substances. I would see it maybe as being the cause of this for Vergil Ortiz, maybe like a crush injury or overexertion. So, and that's the thing, man. When you're working so goddamn hard and you're a young guy, it's very important to make sure you got the right team around you to make sure your body is being properly hydrated, it's functioning, and you're getting the right fluids in you, as long to combat how hard and of output you're putting in. I'm gonna look at this too. I'm gonna break this down to you guys too. This muscle tissue breakdown results in the release of a protein, myoglobin, into the blood. Myoglobin can damage the kidneys. Symptoms include dark reddish urine, a decreased amount of urine, weakness, and muscle aches. Early treatment with aggressive fluid replacement reduces the results of kidney damage. And so it looks like a lot of it is centered around a kidney damaging. So it seems like, let's say in this particular instance, you're training hard as hell. You're not properly, putting the fluids back in that you're releasing. You might be training with a little tweakage of an injury. You're just kind of fighting through it, and you just kind of keep going. Apparently what ends up happening is that other parts of your body is going to start releasing certain nutrients to try and take over for what you're lacking. But apparently it's very dangerous. So, when damaged muscle tissue releases its protein electrolytes into the blood. So your muscle tissue is damaged, it's releasing proteins and electrolytes into the blood. So it's basically trying to make up for what you don't have in your body. But that's just your body trying to save you, going into natural, like, oh, I got to, if you're not doing anything, I'm going to do something, but it's not good for you. Interesting. Never heard of it before, but wow. Let me see this real quick. Which class of drug can cause rhabdo? Statins are the only class of drugs that commonly lead to skeletal muscle injury, in particular when combined with drug interacting on the level of pharmacokinetics. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I've never heard of statins before. If you guys know anything about that, let me know. But yeah, I'm not going to make this a goddamn medical video. I just want to know what rhabdo was. I never heard of it previously. I'm pretty sure a lot of high level athletes, I wouldn't be surprised if they did with something like this, because it seems like it would be common to someone who maybe is like dehydrated, has very extensive training, maybe doesn't get the right nutrients, maybe the right diet, maybe the diet's off, whatever case may be. And, you especially when you're young, you feel like you can push through everything. You're not really worried about, the outside factors, and you just keep on going. And then unfortunately, in this particular essence, it ends up damaging your kidneys to the point where you need to, take a break. So I think he will be back. Obviously, I really do believe it. Let me see. Read this. How long does rhabdo last? It occurs after unaccustomed and especially eccentric muscular activity, such as descending a mountain. And interesting. The soreness peaks after 2-3 days, but seldom lasts more than a week. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it doesn't seem like it's it's something that sticks with you, if that makes sense, if you catch it. And then, especially since if he was hospitalized, I'm assuming It was an intense case, and he probably never felt that way before. He probably felt super weak, felt like he couldn't continue. So they probably, sent him to the hospital, and they probably told him, hey, you have rhabdo, which, as you can see, it doesn't go away until about 2 to 3 days, and can last up to a week. And he has a fight coming up this weekend. So, he said, hey, I applaud it. I think it's smart for him to not go ahead and take the fight. Some fighters probably would still go ahead and do it, depending on what the situation was. But in this situation, I don't think the reward is high enough for the risk. So there you guys go. You guys couldn't see, what I was looking at, but I had this joint on for you guys to look at it. Vergil Ortiz, hospitalized, forced to withdraw. We found out what rhabdo is. Rhabdo is, damaged muscle tissues, releasing certain type of let me make sure I'm right. Blood cells. Was it blood cells? Releases, so damaged muscle tissue releases protein electrolytes into the blood cells, which is damaging for the heart and kidney. So that's what that is. Lasts about 2 to 3 days. If he was hospitalized today, he's going to feel a lot better towards the end of the week, and then he'll probably be properly healed up by in about a week or so. So he'll be good, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Prayers to him, prayers to his family. You never want to hear anything like this when it happens to especially a rising superstar, but to a person, period. You want everybody to be okay. And, as always, blessings, positivity when it comes to this channel. So I hope that guys, gave you a little insight on what's going on. I gave you a little quick breakdown on that joint. Not the best news in the world. Actually, bad and terrible news, to be real. I actually was looking forward to this fight. I was going to go Fluence Lounge for it. But the most important thing is the fighter's health. So knowing that Vergil Ortiz is good, he's going to be okay. He's going to be healthy. And then this possibly might give Blair to Flair a chance to show his thing on the main event. So who knows? Let me know what you guys think about this. Are you guys disappointed? How do you feel? Drop your comments below. As always, I want to hear from you guys. This channel is for you guys, about you guys, based around you guys. So please, family, drop your comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. And I'm up out of here. Salute to the people as always. And